All too often, I have business owners coming to me because they're struggling to write their website copy. So what, I hear you say? That's not particularly unusual. I guess not. But what if I was to tell you that a high proportion of them are struggling because they don't actually know what their business is? Hello and welcome to the Everyday Storyteller. I'm your host, Hilary Salzman. When you start a business, getting a website live may seem like the obvious first step. I mean, how can people find you if you don't have one, right? I've been just as guilty as the next person on this, by the way, but I have learnt a key lesson from it. When you're launching new into the market, a website or social media profiles, these should all come at the end of the process, not the beginning. Let me tell you why. When I look at websites, and trust me, I see a lot, it is clear to me who has put the time and effort in up front to figure out who they want to attract, who they're selling to, what problems those people have and how they solve them, and importantly, what it is that makes them better or different from the competition. It's also very clear to me who hasn't put in that effort, and sadly, it will be very clear to their potential customers as well. So, before you tie yourself up in knots trying to write your website, take a moment to breathe and run through the following questions. Who are your target audience? What do they look like? What do they value? What problem do they need solving? And why do they need it solving right now? What's your proposition? How does what you sell or produce help your target audience solve their problem? How do you do it better than your competitors? And what will life look like, feel like as a result? What's your brand story and how does this relate to your audience? Why do you do what you do? What are you trying to achieve in the long run? How are you doing this day by day? What do you value? And importantly, why does all of this make a difference to your customers? Think about what it is you're actually selling. Is it a physical good or service? Or what that actually does to make someone do or feel? For example, do you make children's games? Or do you bring joy and fun into the lives of children and adults alike? And finally, what do you want your website to do? Is it just somewhere for prospective clients to come to and validate you are who you say you are? Or do you need it to generate sales for you? If the latter, how will it do that? What are your call to actions? Will you offer a free download? Can people buy directly from your site, or do they need to set up a call with you? If so, how do they do this? I know all of this sounds a lot, and to some extent it is, but trust me, it's worth putting in the investment up front on these basics rather than waste thousands of pounds on a website that neither does or says what you need it to do. And if you need help doing just that, there are loads of great copywriters and web experts that can help make the process a lot easier. If it feels like you need some extra help right now, let's have a chat. All my contact details are in the show notes. Thanks for listening.